Hi guys, Scott here from Outlaw Garage and I am in Singapore. I'm here in Singapore checking out the local Porsche air-cooled scene and culture. We're heading up for a breakfast and drive, so let's hop straight into it. Tell you what, I'm loving this humidity. Little 912. We've seen a couple of 912s lately with beautiful engine bays. And this is another one. It's got all the decals on it. Look at that. This thing's gorgeous. Badges on the rear.
It was during COVID.
Nice little collection there. There we go. There's a full tour of them. So we've got a few lined up this morning. We are a little bit early. We've got a 912 Stone Grey. This thing's been modified. It's got carbon fibre on the rear all over from Germany. We've got a 991, I think, popping in. Look at the interior on that. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the seats. In the rear there. Plastic on the floor. The door cards. Non-sunroof. It is a gorgeous thing. It sounded really nice coming in. That is a little bit special. Didn't expect to see a 912 here this morning, to be honest with you. Like the orange down the side as well. A convertible must be quite nice in Singapore. Another Carrera 3.2. That is a very similar colour to my 930. Very, very similar colour. BBS modified 964. So Carrera 3.2. It is a South African car, Hale Bronze. So not the Weiss Gold. I'm talking with the owner. There's a few like platinums and all kinds of very similar colours in that kind of 80s era. But that is Hale Bronze. Now I don't know if that's rose. 964 turbo. What a beautiful colour. And the interior as well. There's some colours here in Singapore. What a gorgeous colour. Now we're probably going to get the colour completely wrong on this 964 turbo. Himberit metallic. It's almost like a raspberry, but maybe a beetroot. It's got a beautiful interior as well. And there's the interior. It is immaculate. Looks like it might have been retrimmed. It has to have been retrimmed on the seats at some point. But in the original colour, it's just gorgeous. Let's call it raspberry. I'm not into beetroot too much. I know that might be a bit of a sin being Australian, but that colour on the inside and then on the exterior as well. Yeah, raspberry. So we're going to put the door on this 964 now. BBS. We did have some problems with our camera this morning. The humidity here in Singapore is horrendous, and it's taken us a little while to get our camera kind of defogged. There it is. Like the ducktail. The pumpkin. Nice ducktail. I've seen a couple of those floating around and they are super clean. And colour matched on the interior as well. Look at the door cards. Seats here. The boys here have all got massive fire extinguishers. I noticed that in the car that we drove up in this morning. Nice Porsche logo on the back. The seats are lovely. of course here in Singapore you probably carry an umbrella because either the humidity or the rain's going to get you at some point. Lovely shifter. I wonder what it's got in it, because that's got 6-speed down there. Look at the column. That's a lovely place to be. The seats matched on the back. Oh, I'll tell you what, they brought out some big guns today. 964, this I believe was originally a green car, is now midnight blue. The roads here in Singapore are excellent, as can be seen by no scratches on the splitter. This one's got some speakers mounted on the posts. Look at that. I think we can zoom in on those ones over there. Lovely cream interior. Those speakers are a cool touch. So we arrived today in a crystal green 3.2. This thing is gorgeous. I did think it was ice metallic green as we kind of strolled in, and I got picked up this morning, but my glasses were probably fogged up. And it's got the colour matching on the wheels. Interior is gorgeous and it shifts really well. I think it's relatively recently had an engine rebuild. Almost sounded a little bit like a 2.7 because it's got a bit of a high pitched tone to it, but I think it's probably had a little bit of tweaking with the engine. There's the original Porsche Club of Singapore decal. Got some nice badges on some of the cars here. Life's too short to be driving boring cars. Club number on the side, I do like that, because as soon as you look down the side of the car, that decal looks great. Got a bit of leaf blowing going on, so we might have a bit of noise in the background, but here in Singapore the place is absolutely spotless. And there we go, we've got a bit of a line up there. Behind us we've got an old Merc. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. It's got a bit of a front rake to it, and then behind us we've got another 3.2. The engine bay's open. Let's go take a look.
I was there, and when I was a club member, I'll come back.
Grand Prix white. Love the seats. These probably get a bit warm in Singapore. I was actually surprised how well the air conditioning worked in that this morning, because it was humid and we're sweaty, and that was a nice place to be. So I don't think the owner is with our group today, but I think this is a 1960s 356. It's got a little air conditioning unit just down there. I think we might be able to see it. Looks like it's been retrofitted, but that'd be a nice touch in the 356. Seats and everything are immaculate on it. That is a really nice little 356. There's a fantastic collection out here today, and this guy, I don't think is actually even with us. Gorgeous little car. We're going to take a quick look at this 964. It was a C4, it is now a C2. It's all been lightened up. It's got a few little tricks in it. It's all been lightened, so there's nothing under the carpet. Nice seats. We are going to take a look at the engine. We're just going to put the wing down because I think this might have something special in it.
Hi, I'm T. I have a very stock 964, not really, but just wanted to kind of highlight a little bit to you that I did this about 10 to 15 years ago with a good friend of mine in KL as a project. I've always loved the 964 Cup cars, and so this whole car is really meant to be in that sort of vein, as it were,
Yeah.
the design-wise. I've lowered her, obviously, it's got new coilovers on, basically, and we're running different set of bushings to make it a little bit more stiffer and the handling a little bit better. Most of all, we've tried to lighten her, keep the original body panels, and she's got quite a peppy engine in there.
Yeah.
So she runs off a 3.6. It's got trick cams on it. It's got a different air intake. I've got a third-party ECU in there so that we can tune the car a little bit better. Previously, I had straight pipes, which weren't allowed here in Singapore. So it was blowing out flames. It was very loud, and so I've had to go a little bit more conservative. So I have equal headers, but the back box is still bog stock standard. I was very lucky to purchase this car because it was an ex-roof car, so it had some bits of it which were from roof, but I also understood it has a 993 running gear. And so you can see on the inside, I've lightened her by taking out the back seats, and I've put Recaro SPGs in there.
They are
And I've
really
just
nice
covered them
seats.
in red, and you know, just like the Porsches,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got a red dial in there.
Yeah, and you've got the rear seat delete.
Correct. So one modification that I would really recommend is that everybody should try to find themselves a 993 gearbox. So I have a 6-speed gearbox in here, which is the biggest difference for a 964. So if you drive this car, it'll feel very different from, say, a stock 964 with a 5-speed.
And how easy was that to fit? Was that quite a big change to...
Not really. It's done. In fact, we've done 3 cars in Malaysia like this.
Yeah, okay.
But this car actually came with a 6-speed. So because it came with a 993 running gear, it was very easy for us to kind of do a delete.
Yep.
And so it used to be a C4 and now it's a C2. Yeah. And that took off a lot of weight, you know, with the whole transaxle and everything else like that. So, and it makes a big difference. So the car is a lot more lively. Yeah. And so what the 6-speed does is, because the ratio is a little bit closer, it really does wake up the car. And it really makes the car accelerate and respond a lot more urgently. It doesn't make that 964 engine a little bit lazy, because it's a bit long. So if you step on second or third, you'd have to wait for the revs to catch up. Over here, it just zings really quickly. So it's really fun on the track, which I've taken her out on several times. Yeah. So I like a light car, not too complicated. Has all the essence of the old 911, but with a bit more pep and more kick. We focus on handling, good tires, good wheels. That's basically it.
Yeah, it's great. Well done.
Thank you.
So this 964 is a little bit special, and I think if we come back to Singapore, we will try and catch up with the owner, because he's got plenty of useful information, modifying a 996 as well at the moment, and done some work with an SC and a collection of cars, but nice to catch up. And the 356 owners joined us, put their roof up. This fits really well. This is a cracking 356. Brilliant condition. You guys must have to drive along like with their registration in the window, club memberships. It must be a bit of a thing, because these are the club registration plates, so they're multicoloured. I think you can see them a little bit better, rather than we've got white and we've got some black number plates over there. But these must be the club rego ones, where they get a number of days a year, 25 I think the guys were saying earlier today, and then you're allowed to buy extra days. But those days you're only allowed to buy another 17, and each day costs you about 20 bucks. But considering the cheapness of the registration, very much like Melbourne, club registration here is about $200 a year. Registration for a white number plate or a black plate is about $5,000. Now, never mind the other costs of owning a car here in Singapore. So this, as the owner skips off for the afternoon, I think they're headed off to another car event. One of 4 or 5 original 964s that came to Singapore, and the only one that is left in the country, because the other ones have been exported. Love that raspberry.
PMOs, twin ITBs, running a Motec, still twin plug.
Oh yeah. So 993 motor.
The 964 3.8 bought out.
Okay.
Alright, RS mounts right there on the side here.
Yeah.
I've got a fuel system that goes through directly. So I'm running a linear fuel system in there. It goes through there. I've got Motec in the whole perspective. Car graphics. Car graphics exhaust with valve control. 993 uprights. Give you a perspective of the front. RS seats. Fully modded.
Oh look.
Yeah, so
It's so clean.
So it's elephant racing, adjustable top mounts. I got it bloody gutted. running a larger fuel tank. Yeah, so this all sits out there. Still got its ABS on. Yeah, RS splitters to the front.
Yeah, and it is nice because the roads are so good here
Yeah.
that you don't scratch your
You don't
splitter.
scratch it, yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's
RS splitters sitting on BBS E88s.
yeah.
Got 993 big brakes on. Yeah. So custom E88s, KW V3s. You know, so really the whole nine. That's RS glass. So it's all quarter RS glass.
Oh, so it's a little bit lighter.
It's a bit lighter.
Oh, that is.
Yes.
Yeah, you can feel that.
So all RS glass. It's got RS seats, all original RS seats, 6-speeder, 993 short shifters, the uprights. I'm actually getting the interior done in 2 weeks' time. So I got this done about a couple of years ago. I think it's too orange, so if you see it in about a month's time, I've got.
Oh,
full-on-
you take it. So you're going black or something?
I'm going tartan. I'm going a bit. I'm going very retro on this one. So I just ordered it, so you know it's coming out there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got a custom Morel. I'm big on sound, so
Yeah.
running a full-on Morel system, Class A amps at the back, subs at the back.
Because now
Bluetooth
you've changed
connectivity.
all the ECU and
Yeah.
you won't get that horrible humming sound
No,
that
you
you
don't get
normally
any. No, yeah, the humming stuff. So none
Yeah.
of that bit. So it's running a really good music stereo system. No head unit, Bluetooth only.
Wow.
So pure Bluetooth connection. All in stock places. So everything is stock, as you see. Yeah.
And was this a non-sunroof
There
car?
was a sunroof. I took it off.
Yeah. Okay.
So I took it double seam weld. So the car is double seam welded.
yeah.
All double seam welded. All lock and loaded throughout the whole bit. So yeah.
And I have noticed here in Singapore, everybody runs a massive.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that you just put it out there and take it from there.
So is that wired through to the engine
no,
bay?
it's not. It's
just
manual.
there. It
It's
is.
just
Yeah.
there. Now ducktail.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Where's that one from? 'Cause I think I've
From this guy from in Germany. I forget that he does this thing. He came out from this when singer was popular. So he's an ex-singer guy that came out and did this.
yeah, because it is a nice
It's
touch.
carbon though, so I got it re-sprayed. So it's carbon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is nice.
And then obviously he's got a car graphics exhaust with headers and all running on the car.
And no problems registering that here.
Technically yes and no, but yeah, you get there.
Yeah.
You get there if you know what I mean. When I'm in Singapore, I drive this most of the time, right? So 993 turbo brakes all around, right? All around turbo brakes.
Yeah, so it goes and stops.
Goes, stops, and it makes a lot of noise.
And this is normal registration. It's not
Normal.
like club
No,
registration.
it's normal registration. It's a normal roadworthy car, right? It turns head. So yeah, it was the original Stuttgart import in Singapore.
Ah,
So
okay.
you-
So original car. So that's why it's got the
Black plate.
black plate as well.
So the black plates are the ones that really work a fair bit. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, original plate.
Yeah.
So while I've got you,
Yeah.
I'll
Tell
ask
me.
a couple of questions.
Sure.
Car parking in Singapore,
Uh-huh.
because in Melbourne it's horrendous,
Oh, totally.
and I'm assuming here as well it's pretty bad.
Yes.
I guess if you live in an apartment block, you could
Yeah.
probably rent extra car park
You do.
spaces.
I do.
Okay.
I live in a house, so I can park 3 cars in my house, but I rent a car park space down the street, and that's where I park the rest of the cars.
Thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
Then registration and owning a car in
Uh-huh.
Singapore, because I've heard it's expensive.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Because you have to buy. Is it?
You got a certificate of entitlement that you got to buy, a paper that lasts you only 10 years. The current rate today is 106 Singapore $1,000.
And that rate fluctuates, doesn't it?
It fluctuates every 3 months, goes through a bidding cycle,
Yeah.
but it's been fairly consistent. So it's $100,000 before you can buy a car,
Yeah.
and it only lasts you for 10 years. When it ends in 10 years, you got 2 options: the car's dead, export it, or go renew it.
Okay.
So I've renewed this 3 times now. This is a 1989, so it's coming up in the next 5 years. Yeah, and hopefully it goes down by then.
We're attracting a little bit of a crowd. Listen to that motor. That is lumpy. It's definitely lumpy. We're a little bit off with this one. This is a 1959, so a late 356A. on air ride?
Yeah, it's on air ride.
Air ride.
But the Ola, originally for the factory.
And then the bottom is slowly dropping. It's just leveling out. There we go. We're just finishing coffee here. We've had a great morning out. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hi, good morning. My name is Marco Merito. I'm an Italian living in Singapore. I own a 94 Turbo S, which I enjoy very much to drive across Malaysia and Thailand. Great car to drive, really fun to drive, easy, comfortable. This one is well kept. And
Yeah,
very
it's a
hefty car.
beautiful example.
And extremely fun to drive. It's a great car. I find it comfortable, and being a GT, you can also put luggages at the back. And the stability is amazing.
Yeah.
The power is great, having a large K27 turbo originally from the factory. Handling is amazing as well.
Yeah, which the K27 is an upgrade on the
K26.
930. Yeah, it is. So this has and like delivery on it. Where did you get the car from?
The car was bought in the UK.
Yeah.
It came in with a small issue that whether it was some water in the oil, so we thought that the head was blown, but instead was the exchanger, which was very cheap.
Okay.
I was very lucky on that.
Yeah, because that is lucky, because then
Yeah.
you're not in for a rebuild, are you?
Correct.
That's,
So the engine was great. I did all the interior, so you can see a bit there. Or the interior was redone as well, just to be more comfortable when you drive and enjoy the car more.
yeah, the interior is a gorgeous place to be. And like you said, because it's a GT, you've got space in the back window, space on the back seat.
Lots of space.
Like, there's a lot of space in a 944. Oh, it's got the cover as well, because you very rarely
So
see that.
you have lots of space for two luggages.
Yeah.
You have space to put a subwoofer if you want an extra little bit of sound
Yeah.
as well, and you can tilt the back seats and becomes really huge.
Yeah.
That's why he has an umbrella there. You can see as well. This one.
Yeah,
You can see
handy
the-
here in Singapore, because
Handy like today.
it's been humid this morning, but it's been a nice morning out. But we've had just the rain helps get rid of the humidity a little bit.
Absolutely.
And earlier you came down in a Carrera.
A Carrera G50,
Convertible.
G50 convertible 1987, 3.2. White with a dark blue hood.
Yes, which I
Convertible.
think we would have had in the video earlier.
With original seats, bucket seats, stripe. They also is,
Those seats are gorgeous.
the car is untouched, so
Yeah.
and in good condition. So that's the best way to keep those cars.